So I wanted to go over some very interesting differences in some um, what do you want to call these? Let's call them mental states for now, for lack of a better word. And the interesting thing is that how similar these things are in as far as a category goes. And you know, if you want to, you can call this the light side and the dark side of the force, or whatever you want to call it. But what's very interesting to me is that these are closed and these are open in a way that's very, I mean, they're almost polar opposites. And what's key here at the end of the day is that these things, these states, are incompatible with these states. Which means if you're in a mental state of anxiety, you're not going to, it's going to be very difficult to also be in one of these mental states, because it's going to severely hamper your ability to have hope or trust or faith, etc. If you've got a large mental state of doubt where you're just doubting everything, very difficult to be these. And there's a fundamental reason why, and it has to do with this being closed and these being open. And to clarify this doubt here, this is not about analysis or questioning. This is the feeling of insecurity and that kind of thing. So when you've got these kind of mental states, you're kind of looking at the world as a scary, unpredictable place where things are really bad generally, and things are out to get you maybe, and not necessarily all of these. Given some combination of these, you've got some combination of these, not necessarily all at once. Whereas on the other side, with these kind of mental states, you've got more of, hey, people are generally okay, and hey, things are going all right. You have your ups and downs, but things are generally good. People are generally, you should give them some slack and trustworthy. They're not going to be out to get you. People generally care about you. They love you. And they're generally, events and things and whatever are generally helpful and cooperative. And this is why I thought this is so fascinating, is this kind of really occurred to me and kind of made congealed in my mind here, is that these guys are all closed, meaning that you've got this identity here, and these things are all about overprotection. In fact, they're all kind of forms of paranoia, where you're like, everything's bad, and I cannot let anything come in. Okay, so there's something coming in, and maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's somebody's wants to come help you. But if you've got these guys going on, you're going like, no, I don't believe it. Something bad's going on here, and no, it's too dangerous. Something bad might happen, and so I've got to close up. I've got to build this big wall. I got to maintain this wall, because if I let that wall go down, I'm going to be in big trouble, and it'll hurt me and cause pain and suffering, and I've got to avoid that at all costs. And so it's this high-level avoidance behavior where anything coming in is assumed to be bad, and so you bounce it off, and you build this wall. And maybe sometimes you'll let something kind of hang out at the wall, and maybe you'll interact it at arm's length, because it's like, okay, maybe, but that's about as close as you get to any kind of connection with anything. Whereas in the open case, it's kind of the opposite, right? You're humble. Humility means, at least my current definition, humility means open to instruction. Gratitude means open to blessings, open to receive blessings. Hope means open to opportunities and possibilities. Trust means open to cooperation. Faith means open to effective action. So all of these fundamentally, I believe, their open is in their definition. That you are in a mental state where you are open and ready to receive, take action, and cooperate, and believe that there's something going to come of this, and it's worth it. Whereas in the closed side, it's the opposite. You're not open to instruction, not open to blessings, because who knows, they might be scary. They might hurt me somehow. And it's this twisted thing that makes you closed up, because it's like, no, it's dangerous. And so things here, and you still have this membrane, right? But in general, you're going to say, most likely things are good. You're going to give things the benefit of the doubt. And occasionally something come along and you'll recognize, what, that's bad stuff. And you'll say, nope, not doing it. But mostly you're going to say, this is good stuff. We can work with that. And so it's very empowering.